Yella on the track. 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 Yella on the track.
What up, everybody? Welcome back, KSG Adventures live on YouTube. What's up, everybody? You know what we doing, spreading good vibes. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Free couch. Psych, that's where we got it. It was free on the side of the road. Badass couch, y'all. How y'all doing today? Hopefully y'all having a great day wherever y'all are in the world. We're going to give this little podcast, YouTube thing a try. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to have a couple people on this couch with us soon, spreading good vibes. We got my boy Seabass, or C-Ass as we like to call him, coming through sometime soon. Somebody give me an audio check. How y'all doing? Remember, we're in this shitty world together. Let's get through it together. Have a dang good 420 friendly time while we're doing it. Because you know we like to spread good vibes around here. We are absolutely 420 friendly, y'all. That's what it's about. If you are not, I apologize, but we are. Hopefully y'all are having a good time out there. Is my vocals good? Is the audio good? How does everything look, taste, feel, smell? We want it all. We want you to feel it from the bottom to the top, y'all. All right, let's get out here, spread some good vibes. First off, we're going to talk about the world and how, as children, we do a bunch of stupid shit, I tell you what. Because I have done some stupid stuff as a child. I remember one time, me and my brother, Brandon, we went out one time. We were living in Alaska. My dad was in the Army. He was in the Army. He was X-ray tech. I had a stepmom at the time. This was my brother, Brandon. He was a stepbrother, but we're like blood, all right? We are blood regardless of who we came from. We kind of grew up together, then we were ripped away from each other when our parents split, put on different sides of the U.S. That's how that went. But when we were children, we messed around a little bit being dumb as kids, man. We were on the second floor of our nice apartment housing complex that we had on base. It was kind of like duplexes, y'all. It was essentially a brand new housing complex that they built, right? Brand new housing complex that they had built. It was like duplexes, two-story duplexes that had, I want to say, heated like garages in them. They had heated floors. It was a really, really nice set of houses, and I think there was like 8 or 10 of them all put together in one big building. 2-story houses, one after the other, all right? Well, me and my brother, we had these bright ideas in our heads to kind of check things out and see how the world works. So we took some cologne that we knew was flammable, and we took a lighter, y'all, and my brother was, pouring a little bit on the bear, and we would light them on fire and throw them out the second floor window into the snowdrift. Mind you, this is Alaska, so there was a lot of snow, but they weren't stopping you from, going to work or doing some crazy stuff. They would make sure to always pave the roads good enough to where they could take scrapers and just scrape it all right off, I guess. Or they were always prepared. They always had salt trucks in Alaska. You didn't get out of going to school or nothing like that. They just unbury your school if there was too much snow, and you'd still hump into school and get in there, But anyway, we were throwing these bears. Like, we had a whole bunch of stuffed animals. We had a sister and stuff. We had a whole bunch of stuffed animals we were lighting on fire. We were throwing them out the 2-story window, seeing if they'd burn in the snowdrift or burn down to the ground, because it was a few feet of snow downstairs next to the building. So we were throwing them out, and my brother, he poured a whole lot of cologne on top of this bear, right? He put a whole bunch of cologne on this bear, and I didn't realize how much he had put on it. So I go and I light it, and it immediately catches my whole hand on fire, right, y'all? I take it and I chuck it, but it burns my finger, and it like kind of burns and it sticks a little bit, right? And I chuck it and it flings backwards, like off my hand onto the bed, and it hits like the nightstand, which literally shakes the bottle of cologne off the top of the nightstand. And it's not one of those bottle of colognes that you spray or nothing like that. No, guys and gals, it's the top. You pop the top on it and you set it next to it was probably more of like some aftershave type shit, to be honest. And it was, that kind of stuff. And they literally immediately mixed fire with cologne all over my bed and went my bed. I'm talking about it went up like a Christmas tree. Oh man, it was so quick. I'd never seen something catch on fire so quick. And I was literally zoned. I don't know. I guess at that moment in life, I realized I might be a pyro. I just might be a pyro if I like fire like that. Now, me and my brother, we didn't know what to do. We were young kids. We had absolutely no idea in the world what we should do in this situation, right? So I looked down the hallway, and I realized that down the hallway we have these Dixie cups. My parents had just replaced them too, so we was good. We was gonna put this fire out. Me and my firefighter Brandon brother right here, so we was gonna go put this fire out. So we ran down the hallway and we got these little Dixie cups, back in the day when they had the little paper cups covered with wax. We pulled them out. We both pulled them, filled them up with water, took off running down the hallway, y'all. And when we got to the end of the hallway, well, most of the water was probably gone out of those cups. So we just threw them in on the fire, and we headed down the hallway again to the next cups and just went. And we kept doing this, y'all, until we ran out of cups. There was one cup left. My brother took it out. He filled it up, and he took off down the hallway, and I realized there was no cups left. So I took off down the stairs, and I went straight to my parents, and I said, Dad, Brandon lit my bed on fire, y'all. He lit my bed on fire. I was taking a nap. I woke up, and my bed was covered in fire, and I didn't know what to do, so I booked it down here to tell you. So my dad goes stomping up the stairs, mad as hell. I tell you what, he was super mad about it. Man, I tell you what, he was mad. He didn't know what happened, though, so he wasn't mad at an individual yet. He was just mad, okay? He was angry, my dad was. But he went up there, and the first thing my dad tried to do was pick this mattress up that was on fire. Ooh, big, strong dad, army dad, booked it in a room, grabbed this mattress up. I was like, yes, Dad's here to save the day. Boy, was I wrong. I tell you what, I was wrong as shit. My dad tried to kick the window, throw it out the window. He was hitting it on the wall. It was dropping flaming shit because y'all know mattresses, they don't really like just burn up. They drip and catch fire because they're made out of like non-burnable type material or whatever, retardant material. So it was like dripping balls of flame on the floor when he was like trying to get it in, and I was watching the carpet catch and the drapes catch and everything catch on fire, and I was kind of stressing a little bit, y'all. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what my dad was going to do, but I noticed the moment that he burnt his arm and he dropped it, he said, I'm done. And he said, come on. He grabbed us, pushed us out the room, and we took off. And we all ran downstairs, and my dad and stepmother, they called 911. Who else you going to call when you light your house on fire? Well, mind you, it wasn't just our house that was in jeopardy, okay? My dumbass, I was so young, I didn't really think about what the possibility of what would happen if something in our house caught on fire, well, that meant that everybody else's house caught on fire as well, y'all. It was pretty crappy, I have to admit. I mean, at the time as a child, I didn't understand what the logic was or what the consequences would be. You know, I didn't think about those kind of things, man. But I tell you what, in that moment, the only thing I thought about was, damn, that fire is big and it looks cool as shit. And I was just standing there looking at it. And I'm telling you, I was zoned into that fire. I mean, I loved, oh man, I'm telling you, me and my brother Brandon, the fire department showed up. They had all these big old trucks show up, you know, coming in and trying to put the fire out, and saw all these firemen running into the fire and trying to put it out. And I knew that all our shit was gone. I knew it was all just gone. There wasn't no chance that it was going to stay. My neighbor's shit was going to be gone. Everybody's shit was going to be gone. And I just couldn't help but stare at that fire. I mean, I was mesmerized by the fire. I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever seen something burn down like a home, but when you watch an entire house burn down, I mean, unless it's your house, you know, and you're losing your shit, if it's just a house on fire burning down and you're watching it, it's amazing. There's no other way to explain it. I mean, it's absolutely amazing to watch the different items burn, the different ways, how quick a house will move from being a house to being nothing. It absolutely blew my mind to watch that happen. And while we were watching, we were actually in the apartment complex in front of ours, like the housing area. There was an old lady that lived there. I don't know if she was like the grandmother of a guy that was in the army, or she's married to a guy that was in the army, just really old, or what it was, but she was an old lady. And she let us sit in her house, in her kitchen, dining room area, and watch the fire consume everybody's stuff from inside the window. And she had I remember to this day, it was a big old gumball machine, right? I don't know why this lady had a gumball machine in her house. To be honest, these days that'd probably get you in trouble. You was letting kids come over and eat gumballs and stuff, you know, especially just watch a house burn down. But y'all want to come over, eat gumballs, and watch his house burn down? You know, that'd probably be the wrong way to go about it. But we was sitting there just mesmerized, y'all. Like, you could just put a quarter in, spin a little thing. It was a big one. It was one of the gumball machines where it dropped the gumball and it goes shh, dink at the bottom. And we just chew them up and we would just swallow them. I mean, we just dink. Just staring at this fire, y'all. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was young. I mean, now how young? I was probably, I want to say 8 or so, maybe a little bit older, younger, give 10 or 20 years on both sides. No, I'm just playing. I mean, I was probably about 8 years old or so. And my brother Brandon was a year or two younger than, a few years younger than me. And they tried to pretend like he didn't know how to use a lighter, you know, like when we went to CID, which is the form of the military investigative department, criminal investigative department, whatever that stands for, CID. That's like the military's version of like CSI almost. Well, they were interrogating me and my brother in different rooms, and I was there with my dad, and Brandon was there with his mom in his room talking to the investigators, and I was like, look, Brandon lit my room on fire. You know, I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it. I was sleeping. He lit a lighter and burned my stuff up. Well, then they handed Brandon a lighter. You know what Brandon did? Oh, man. I'll never forgive you, Brandon. You didn't take the blame with me. I mean, I know, I tried to put it on you, bro. I'm sorry. But, man, come on now. Like, so he literally tried to play stupid. They handed him a lighter, and he was like, and he just couldn't light a lighter. But he lit one plenty of times, Brandon. You lit a lot of lighters plenty of times, buddy. I watched you do it. I know you can. So I think it's funny, y'all, that, you know, he pulled it off, y'all. He played stupid. He did it great, y'all. He did really good. And he made it to where I was the one that was getting in trouble. That's what happened, y'all. I got in trouble for it, and it was a miserable situation. I don't want nobody going out there burning their parents' house down or none of that. I don't condone that. That was an experience I had when I was a kid. I had a lot of trouble for it. A lot of trouble. Hold on one second, y'all. Just wanted to check my audio myself, see how it went. I turned my music down a little bit, just turned it back up a little bit. Hopefully y'all are having a good day, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my story about me and my brother. We were living in Alaska. I'm telling you, that was a very memorable moment in my life, and that was the moment I realized that I might just be a pyro, y'all. I love fires. I do. I got a fire pit set up out back for us, for the fam. You know, hey, y'all, look at my clock. My boss gave this to me, y'all. It didn't work. The buttons were messed up, and he couldn't find a charger for it. So I found a charger and messed with the buttons, and I ended up getting it set. But you can't mess with it, or it will mess up. There it is. There's the time. That way y'all can see. Hopefully y'all are having a great day wherever you are in the world, man, because that's what we want. We want y'all having a good time in life. That is for sure. Alright, let me see here, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do one thing real quick. We're gonna end up going over here and switching over to where y'all can see Reddit, and we're gonna end up doing some Reddit searches, see what we can come across here. 1 second. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. Like I said, what kind of stories have y'all had, or experiences have y'all had as kids where, you know, you just messed up and you really don't know what to do or how to fix it, but live life? What kind of stories you guys got like that, y'all? I'd love to hear them. Definitely interested in it. Trying to spread these good vibes. Hopefully y'all are having a great day wherever y'all are in the world. That is for sure. All right, y'all. Just sent this to Brandon. That way he can maybe come tune in, you know. Definitely want him to go back and watch that, listen to the story. But Brandon played stupid, y'all. He got me good. I tell you what, he got me good. He did not take any blame. I had to take all the blame because he played stupid, really. Like, he couldn't even use a lighter, you know, and that he played good, though. I'll tell you, he got me in trouble. I got him back though when I was a kid, y'all. He thought that was lemonade one time. Y'all. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me go check something. Alright, my bad about that, y'all. Had to go wash my hands real quick. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful day. Remember, we're in this crappy world together. Let's get through it together. Have a good 420 friendly time while we do it. That's the motto here at KSG Adventures. We will have some other people on the couch here soon. We're going to start a show called 270 Worldwide or something like that, where we'll have some underground artists on the couch with me and my boy Lonnie. You know we're going to be spreading some good vibes on this page. You know what we doing. Thank you, YELLA, for the beatage. Signed SODMG Records and Soldier Boy. I appreciate you. Definitely got to give you the shout out. You the one providing the beats for the background. If you guys enjoy his stuff, go check it out. Definitely go check him out on Instagram. Check him out on Facebook, y'all. You know, got to give that love to your boy. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and I'm going to load up. I'm going to go ahead and load up some Reddit real quick. See what we could get into, y'all. Because I am just curious if we can find us some crazy things to look up, y'all. So I do want to tell y'all this story while I'm looking up some crazy creatures. All right, we're going to look up some crazy creatures. Cryptid creatures. Uh-oh. All right, y'all. We're going to see what we can find here. See if we can't find some crazy encounters with some unknown animals here, y'all. Just want to tell y'all another story real quick. The neighbor guy ordered pizza, right? And he ordered pizza. He had a $50 bill on him, right? That's all he had was a $50 bill, and he ordered like 20-something dollars worth of pizza, right? Well, he ordered this pizza, and about 20, 30 minutes went by, and his pizza showed up at the door. Well, when his pizza showed up at the door, it was a 10-year-old kid delivering his pizza. A 10-year-old kid delivered my buddy's pizza, right? True story. I'll put it on everything. Real story, y'all. So my buddy, here, I'll just go back here. My buddy, he ordered pizza, like I said, 20-something dollars worth of pizza, and he knew he had a 50. So he planned on giving them a tip and them just giving him a 20 back, because it even says on the website, don't expect more than a $20, change. Don't expect more than $20 worth of change. So he ends up looking at this 10-year-old girl that delivers his pizza, and he hands her a 50, and she says, I don't have change for this at all. And he looks at the 10-year-old, he looks down at the car, and he sees somebody's driving the 10-year-old, because, like, how'd this 10-year-old get to his house, right? So he's sitting there, and he tells this 10-year-old, well, go tell the person that's in the car that brought you today to deliver this pizza to get change for this $50 bill. So she goes to the car, and the lady that's in the car tells the little girl that she doesn't have change. So the little girl comes up and says, hey, we don't have change. He said, what in the world? You don't have change? He said, well, how am I going? Who's paying for this thing? I'm not giving you $50 for 20-something dollars worth of pizza, but he had no other choice. There's no change. The lady got out the car, said, we don't have no change. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. Now, me personally, I think that this was a ploy so the chick could get more money. Now, mind you, the place he ordered pizza from is a place that no longer has their own delivery drivers, but is using another party to deliver their pizza. Okay, so one of those delivery services. So the guy that ordered the pizza hands the $50 to the person because he has no other choice. He has to pay for his food. So he pays for his food. He gives him the 50, and he says, I'm going to call the store. So he calls the store and complains to them about how a 10-year-old delivered his pizza. A 10-year-old delivered his pizza. I'm not shitting. A 10-year-old. And then didn't have change for a 50? Sounds like a scam to me. Well, the pizza place told this man, there's nothing we can do. Was there a problem with your pizza? The guy said, no, there wasn't a problem with my pizza. There was a problem with the fact that a 10-year-old delivered it, and I had to pay 30-something, 20-something dollars over what my pizza price was because I couldn't get change. The guy said, well, there's no way that we can help you with that matter. Oh, he was mad. The neighbor guy was. He was so angry. He came over here asking us what we should do, if he should call the police. Now, I'm not one just for snitching or none of that. But what do you really do? I told him he should call the delivery service, not the pizza place. Now, if the pizza place was in charge of the pizza and there was an issue with the pizza, then that makes sense. If there was an issue with the pizza, then the pizza place should have been responsible. But it was a 10-year-old that delivered the pizza, and the pizza place doesn't have their own delivery drivers. They outsource their delivery. So if they outsource their delivery, that company would be in charge of only the delivery, and the pizza company is only in charge of the pizza. Now, he called the pizza place and complained, and they said, we have no way to solve that for you, which in my eyes is a little bit shady. Really, they should be able to, if it's the company that they are using, be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, you guys messed up on a delivery and you had a 10-year-old deliver a pizza when that shouldn't have been the case. Now, the fact that he only had a 50, probably his fault. Probably should have got change, but I get it. If you're at home, I mean, if you're ordering pizza, the delivery driver should bring you change. And it even says on the website, don't expect more than $20 in change. So he knew that. He ordered $23 worth of pizza, was going to give him like $7 tip, have them give him a 20 back, and they showed up saying they didn't have any change at all. Now, I don't know if called the delivery company or not, but I know that he did call the police. He called the police. They had some sheriffs down at the place talking to them. In fact, he knew a sheriff from doing some work, some side work that he does. He's a construction guy. He does everything rock, brick, and anything like that, man. Concrete, if y'all need porches done, holla at your boy Ian. I'll get the number out there for you. Y'all know he is the best around because I know he is. If I'm telling you he is, I promise you he is. I'm not going to support nobody that doesn't put 100% in, if not 125%. KSG Adventures here. We try to strive for the best, and we try to push good vibes. There will be times where we will fall short of that. We will not make everybody happy, but we do want to for sure spread good vibes. If y'all missed the beginning of the live, I will be recording it so that I can cut it short and make clips for other platforms, Facebook, all of those, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and record this. That way I can put my story about me and my brother Brandon, you know, out there burning down the housing complex. I learned my lesson. I don't approve of burning people's houses down. I mean, if you want to burn your own down, do it. Just don't claim insurance because, I mean, you'll get in trouble. That's fraud, y'all. So, all right. Let me go ahead and tell you, though, that the outcome of that pizza delivery did not go well for him. He did not get any money back. He spent $50 on a $20-something pizza. And I think the moral of the story really is here, y'all, that if you only have a $50 bill in your pocket and you're going to order food, order $50 worth of food. That's really all. That's all I can go with, y'all, because, I mean, you're guaranteed to not get screwed. They always going to have the change you need, and if they don't, well, you don't need no change. So just, I would take it like a grain of salt, but if a 10-year-old delivered my pizza, I'll tell you right now, I'd be hot. I'd be mad as hell. Because I heard over at Mickey D's, they was getting in trouble for hiring some underage kids and stuff. But that ain't I ain't got no horse in that race. I ain't got no bull in that one. I ain't got no boxer in the ring. So I'm not going to go fighting over it. It ain't none of my business. But I will bring it to your attention so we can talk about it and discuss it. Because that's what we like to do here at KSG Adventures. We like to talk shit. All right, here, y'all. We can go ahead and head on over here. We're going to try to find us some creatures, y'all. It says goblin creature. Ain't no audio. What are they talking about? So is it spun sideways so you can see it this way, I guess? Because this is like a doorway right here. So this is sideways. This is that light switch. I see what it's in the doorway, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see it, y'all. I don't really know, man. I don't think that's nothing I need to be worried about. I think some guy just messed around. Now, I'll tell you what now. There are some crazy animals out there that I've never seen before. Let me see. We'll go with unexplained photos. Unexplained photos, y'all. Man, to me, looks like this chick fainted and they're all trying to help her. This chick's more worried about eating a hamburger. Look at this chick. She is tearing this cheeseburger up while this chick's passed out. Looks like she got a nose ring. Nah, it's just a mess up in the picture there, but he got a needle. You see that, y'all? Look, he's got a needle in his hand. He's got his finger in this chick's ear. There's a chick right here that y'all can't see here. Let me help y'all out with that real quick. Bloop. See her sitting there. So I don't know about this photo at all, but I'll tell you what I think about it. This says 1955. So this chick right here, she's eating her a $5 meal that she got for 5 cents and somewhere. I'm telling you, that looks like a chicken sandwich. And then they overdosed this chick pretty good over here, it looks like. I don't know what's going on over here, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that one. That one's weird. Creepy old unexplained photo. Let's see here. Okay, I guess it ain't gonna let me click on that one. Here we go. All right, y'all. Ooh, look, I see it. There's a body wrapped or underneath that hay, it looks like, or something. Looks like they might have found a body, or maybe somebody killed somebody. See, those 1997, that could not have been at all. This right here could not have been that couldn't have been the Skylink right there, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. That's not the Skylink right there. Not that early. Not that early, y'all. Unexplained photos of spirits. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, man. See, this is spooky stuff right here, y'all. See, I don't really be messing around with none of that. Y'all be messing with Ouija boards and stuff like that. I don't know about no dang Ouija boards, man. Like, if y'all want to mess around with stuff, why don't y'all go mess around with Monopoly and stuff? Why y'all got to be messing around with, like, stones and the devil and, like, Ouija boards, man? One time I had a Ouija board when I was a kid. We got it from some yard sale, really old one. I ain't believing none of that stuff, man. None of that. And me and my friends was hanging out at the house, y'all. And when we was hanging out at the house, while we was hanging out at the house, we was deciding to go ahead and mess around with this Ouija board. Now, this was an older house that we were staying in at the time. And we sat down in the basement and we all decided to do this Ouija board. We all put a hand on this Ouija board. We sat there and we started asking it questions. Now, when we started asking it questions, y'all, it did respond. At first, it didn't really respond, but it ended up responding. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Let me get that back on for y'all. My bad. Oh, that's why it was on twice. All right, never mind. Can't have that on twice. All right, y'all. I don't understand this photo, but they're saying that it is definitely a spirit. It could be. I mean, they're unexplained photos of spirits, y'all. Do y'all believe in spirits? I think there's spirits out there, man. Cause real talk, I messed around with that Ouija board one time. We was all sitting down there in the basement, man, and when we was messing with it, we started asking it questions. Now, my boy Tom, he was messing with it. We all had a hand on it. This chick. There was a couple people in there. It was me and Tom. We was just messing around with it, and it started to answer questions. Now, me, I'm a skeptic, so I was thinking somebody else was messing with this Ouija board, right? And it was not the case, man. I'm telling you, because the person I thought was messing with it, they freaked out and got up and ran out. Okay. Now, from what I'm told about Ouija boards is that you're not supposed to just break it. You're supposed to finish it out and then close the door and leave. Now, I don't know anything about none of that, y'all, but we will do some research together and deep dive into that world together at times, y'all. I do plan on exploring all kinds of things with y'all. I plan on checking out the world of the unknown with you, and we are going to see if we can capture some ghosts. We plan on going to a few different places. I don't know about getting locked in nowhere yet, y'all, but I definitely do want to go to a couple haunted places and go check it out, see what we got going on out there. I think that there are ghosts and spirits. I just can't prove it, but I would love to go and fucking find some. I'm telling you right now, I'd love to go find some spirits, man. I tell you what. I messed around with that Ouija board, right, with my buddies, and we ended up getting scared, and I ended up throwing this Ouija board away, I swear to you. And the next day, I was down in the basement. It was back in the basement. I have no explanation for it, but I'll tell you that when we moved, I left that Ouija board at the house. We didn't take it with us, and the Ouija board never came with us, but it stayed at that house. So I wondered if that Ouija board somehow became tied to the house in the way it was connected, or how it works. I don't know if Ouija boards are like cell phones and you can move them. I don't know if Ouija boards are kind of like house phones and you can plug them in and you just kind of got to deal with it until you shut the connection off. I don't know how that works, but I'll tell you what, I don't really want to play with Ouija boards no more because it really got me, y'all. It got me good. I was scared. I didn't know what to think. Not even one bit, y'all. I'm still at a loss of words today because of how scary the experience was for me. Like, it's almost hard to go into detail about it because my mind has blocked out that experience. Like, I remember doing it. I remember the experience. I remember the basement. I remember being scared. I remember, like, moving it and it answering. But my mind has blocked out, like, all the specifics. Like, I couldn't tell you what colors people were wearing. I couldn't tell you exactly what questions we were asking. Well, I couldn't tell you exactly what the answers were. I could just tell you that it was a very, very scary experience as a child, and I don't want to mess around with them unless we got some real people behind us that know how to mess around with that, because you don't dabble in things like that can create an aura around you or some kind of connection to the beyond that you yourself can't close or end. Because I'm telling you, it seems like at times it's very possible for things to follow you into this world. And I don't know how to get rid of them, so I ain't gonna mess around with it. I'm gonna tell you right now. So, I mean, maybe. Now, I do know some people in the Elizabethtown Paranormal Society in E-Town here in Kentucky. I have talked to some of them about going on a haunt with them or something, but I don't want to go to nothing like that's just. Have y'all seen that photo of Bigfoot? Alright. So there are a lot of crazy creatures out there, y'all. And to me, it's absolutely nuts what you can find pictures of these days. Creepy animals. There are so many different types of animals, y'all, that just people find all the time that are just abnormal. Like, think about how many different versions of humans there are out there, y'all. There are so many versions of humans, so many deformities, and we're finding human skeletal remains, right, from long, long, long ago that are deformed, right? And people are like, oh man, this is an alien. What? They just didn't document things like we did a few hundred years ago. You telling me that this just started happening where people are born weird? That they're born deformed? Nah, bro. This shit's been happening for years and years and years. Since the beginning of time, man. There's no way possible that everybody was born perfect back then and now we just messing up babies. Nah, I don't think so. Like, you don't just grow an extra leg now because it's 2023. Like, nah, that's a little people from the, like they keep trying to say that these skeletal remains, like for instance, here, look, they just found skeletal remains in Mexico, I believe is where it was found. Mexico aliens. All right, so look, they just found these. Tell me what y'all think of this. We'll go ahead and run it after this in a second. We'll run it momentarily here, y'all, but I will tell you that it's to me, there's no way that this isn't fake, man. But I mean, we could be wrong here. All right, yeah. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, so let's get up here. Let's watch this video real quick, y'all. Let's see. Hold on, y'all, my bad. So they're saying 17 million. I just don't know, y'all. Like, they're saying that these are non-human remains that they found in Mexico, right? Look at these, right? when they're trying to say these are aliens that they have found in Mexico. Now, me, I find that very hard to believe, okay? I mean, that could be a little people from 2,000 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we just throwing it in the book like, oh, this is aliens and stuff? Now, they're trying to say that some of the DNA ain't what we have nowadays, all right? Now, I get that, but that doesn't mean that that's what's going on. You know, like, I don't know, man. That you're making a big jump there. And I feel like that's a pretty drastic jump. Like, you telling people that you done discovered that there are aliens on this earth. They just found some alien bodies. Y'all gonna put that out there like that. Y'all gonna have mass panic over some little people from a couple thousand years ago. Like, I don't understand that, man. Like, how you gonna scare people into thinking that aliens are on this earth? And I mean, I get it. We find all kinds of weird creatures and weird things all the time, ladies and gentlemen, all the time. I'm telling you, there is probably more species that we don't know about in almost every area of this world. Of everything, man. There's animals, there's probably different. Did you know that at one time in life, okay? I'll tell you a story that I heard not too long ago, and it's an absolute true story. One time in life, there was an indigenous people that were smaller, right? They all weren't more than like 4.5 feet tall. Did you know that other people literally went out and hunted those people like trophies? Went out on hunts until those people were extinct. Were almost extinct. So how could this not be like that situation? This could be the same kind of situation where, for instance, those were some little people that they hunted 2,000 years ago. When they got rid of all of them, I mean, maybe they felt bad, and maybe somebody hit a couple in the mountains. You know, like, you don't really know what's going on, but I don't know if I would say it's aliens. It could be a creature or a version of a people that we don't know about. Man, I'm telling you, they find stuff all the time in the rainforests. Like, they find stuff all the time. Like, let me look it up. Look, I'll even show y'all. What was the last creature to be found that did not exist? So, I mean, there's been so many versions of things. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, we find stuff all the time. Here's 11 species that we once thought were extinct. You know, like, they're not all out of the danger, you know, of being extinct, but there's still some out there, you know. So if you saw one of these animals in the wild or one of these plants in the wild and you never saw that animal or plant before in your life, like, if I ever seen this thing right here, I'd be like, holy, I found something new, you know, because they did, kind of. It was something that was almost gone that they have, you know. Like, you got to think about it, man. There's so much space in this earth, and believe it or not, there's so much space underneath the water of this earth that we have not even explored. And we could not even fathom to guess what is down there or around there or in those woods or in those mountains or in those caves. Like, think about how many cave systems they find on a regular basis that have different living organisms in them that they've never seen before. So imagine one day coming across something like a big cave and going down there and finding some prehistoric swimming creature. That's probably very possible. That's not way out of the realm of possibility. I'm telling you, they find new stuff all the time. And the fact that some of these creatures had never been seen before blows my mind. That things could be hidden for so long before someone finds them. Now, it is crazy. Let me look up something like weird creature found. Oh, spelled found wrong, y'all. Now, there are all kinds of creatures out there, y'all, that we cannot explain. We have no explanation for where they came from. But does it mean that it is not of the origin of this earth? Does it mean that it's not of the origin of, our own solar system? I mean, these things are very hard to say, y'all. I tell you what, because there's so many. Like, here's things that were found in the ocean. Look at this. It's just the things that you find without knowing exist by searching the internet blows my mind. And it really excites me to think that one day we could be out adventuring as a team and we could have cameras and videos and we could end up coming across some of this. Like, I want to go hunting for me a wildebeest or whatever. Oh, I'm about to read where the wild things are. Yeah, I'm about to read that shit and figure out where they at. Because it blows my mind the amount of things on this earth that we have no explanation for, but we cannot just say that they're from another planet. I mean, they find species all the time with DNA that we don't explain. So, but that's how they explain it, is saying it's not of this earth. Man, I couldn't imagine coming across this. Better get away from me. See, that probably pretty realistic. Not today, but it is probably pretty realistic. Pretty realistic, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, I just wanted to give it a try, do a little live session, see how it goes on YouTube. Check it out. Try to get the little vibage. Make sure everything's working. Make sure my sound, everything's operating. Just wanted to do one to see. Wanted to talk a little bit today about all these weird things that we come across. I mean, come on now. It's weird to me that we find creatures in this world and the first thing we say is they're not from here. Why don't you explain that first and solve that before you say it? I mean, they got to be from here. You found them here, right? No, because things can travel, right? And we say we've seen UFOs. I do believe that there's probably something out there, y'all. But I don't think that what they found in Mexico is real evidence of extraterrestrials. I don't. I believe that it might have been some little people that they were hunting thousands of years ago that went extinct and they hit a couple in the mountains maybe, or maybe the rest of them just never were preserved like that. It's just like the mummies in Egypt, man. When you look at that, some of those mummies are so well preserved that they would probably last forever. Some, not so much. But there are also places in this earth, y'all, that you can go visit, and if you happen to die there, right, and nobody saw your body or you were left there, the circumstances and the environment are so correct that you could be mummified and left forever. So you never know if an item like that died there, if it wasn't mummified and then preserved that way over time to where people think, oh, that's an alien or whatever, but the way it was preserved makes you think otherwise. I don't know. They put it in a box and everything. It made it feel a little fake to me, y'all. It looks like cement figures. Y'all seen it. Let me look up a picture one more time. Show you one more time before we get out of here. Let me get an image for you. All right, y'all, look. So, this that was the Mexican alien that they found. There's two of them, actually. There's a picture of it. Here, let me go ahead and get my cam out the way for y'all real quick so that we can let you see it. That's what they look like, y'all. I just really don't feel that that's what they are. I personally don't think that they are aliens. I mean, you guys drop in the comments, tell me what you think. To me, they look very concrete-like and fabricated, but I mean, I could be wrong. They're saying all kinds of things about them, so let the world test them and we'll find out, y'all. Never know. All right, well, hopefully y'all enjoyed the little stream today. We'll spread good vibes next time we go live. Thank y'all for coming through and having a good time with us. Remember, we are in this crappy world together. Let's get through it together, y'all. And let's have a good time while we do it. We love y'all here at KSG Adventures. Let's have a good day. Let's go out there, spread good vibes. Let's make an impact in this world. And let's learn some things or two about each other. Love y'all. Later, y'all. Da-na-na-na-na.
Yella on the track.